Stepper, today we back on this science and technology of AI, cause it ain't gonna give you no time to dream for the ones who wanna stay asleep. It's gonna make you face up and face reality. Stepper ain't trying to scare you. You should be terrified by A.G.I. The main reason they're building these body frames of these slaughter bots, and dynamic bots, they could do parkour, they doing backflips and shit. They got balance and all. I couldn't even believe. Now they got these robot dogs equipped with AK-47s, AR-15s, and other high-powered machine guns just to get ready for these A.G.I program systems. Now these robo dogs are just the babies. Y'all ain't seen the mamas and the daddies yet. Now A.G.I, that's gonna be their brain, a conscious brain that's aware and thinks for itself. They'll control themselves and they'll reach a level of singularity. A singularity is when a robot is smarter than any human being on Earth. Because they use a regular AI, which is still dangerous. But A.G.I, artificial general intelligence, gonna literally open up totally different dimensions. You're gonna see shit beyond your wildest dreams, live on reality screens, and it's gonna shake up your beliefs. It ain't gonna be none of that left, and now that it's up, it won't let you go back to sleep. They're using simulations of themselves, moving in all necessary directions, doing jumps, backflips, and all type of movements. Then they upload it into these robots. Then they gonna cover it up with human skin for robotic limbs. You'll swear it's a human being. Now, a team of scientists from University of Tokyo has developed a skin equivalent coating for robotic limbs with tissue engineered material boasting. This shit is water repellent, and it also has self-healing properties of a human skin. Man, listen. Y'all better peep game out here when it's being verbally said, cause ain't shit gonna be safe. You ain't gonna know who is who, who's human, who is not. You can get a knock at your door and you can see it's your mama, but is it really your mama? Or is it a shapeshifter? Or is it a simulation of her? Cause A.G.I technology can simulate almost anything. Therefore, it'll create a twin or a triplet or however many they please. They replicate in real time. They can have your mama in one body simulating in 3 different places. It's called entanglement. On the physical state though, but we'll get to the teleportation later. That's in part 3. Now, will your mama be a digital graphic, humanly formed, realistic robo-human? Or one who's covered with human skin? You won't be able to tell the difference. Man, this is some sick, crazy shit. So we got face recognition cameras that's already in certain places and soon spreads globally. That's already going to be equipped with mind reading technology. Ain't no privacy. It's going to be on police body cameras that can also track your past, present. ChatGPT predicting your next text. Bioengineering humans. This face recognition is already showing racist behavior. Profiling blacks for shit. We got China making human skin for robots. So it's gonna be some Terminators walk around here. A.G.I brain is smarter than any humans. Millions of robot dogs being made with machine guns on them. Yet y'all still don't see the picture I'm painting? You ain't gotta listen to Stepper. I'll tell you what, keep sleeping.
This machine can create nearly the coldest conditions in the universe at about 460 degrees below zero. In that environment, a radically new kind of computer may change civilization as we know it.
It's interesting to see where this technology would take us. Imagine a world where you get home after a long day at work. A few blinks and you're in the Bahamas. This is what contact lenses of the future will be able to do.
Now that movie you saw, Terminator, this shit is real. They been had them shits. They gonna wrap them shits up in human skin and put that A.G.I brain and send them shits at us quick.
When you make a hydrogel, like a jelly, and populate it with the cells, what's interesting is the cells will contract the jelly. So eventually the jelly will just have a tendency to contract. So if you contract the jelly surrounding a robot, say our case a robot finger, it will automatically fit with the surface of the robotic finger. Once you took it out, it's like a sweaty hand. It starts to dry up a little bit. Then looks really realistic. So once it dried, it gets the wrinkle, small, very detailed wrinkles. And once you fold it, you could see that here the so-called folds or something you could see. Our next step would be something we would like to cover the faces, like a robotic faces, because if you think about humanoid, it interacts with human. So the human perceives the robot first through how it looks, right? Your face. So if you can replicate the detailed face of a human being, that would be a good way to boost the interaction with human.
Okay, well, it may seem like fun and games. AI technology can even be used to create so-called deep fakes. That's not so funny, which are like digital masks that can replicate the look of just about anyone, like this.
If you're a pretty good climber, I want to see you climb this. Not easy to do, but with discipline and hard work. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's crazy!
Remember that? That was not Tom Cruise, even though it looked like him. Some are now raising alarms about how these advances could be used to create and spread misinformation.
It might sound like alien technology straight from a science fiction movie, but my friends, quantum computers are all too real.
These things exist. We're not talking science fiction. This is just one of several different kinds of quantum computers. Why does it look like a chandelier? These are cooling pipes. The quantum computer computes on an object about the size of a quarter. The whole assembly is like the size of a suitcase. Everything else is cooling pipes. Why? Because the slightest vibration, somebody sneezes in another room, a car backfires, and it could upset the calculation. Errors build up.
First, there is Digidog, sniffing out danger. Then there's the GPS Dart, tracking cars driven by people up to no good. And you might run into this roundish robot, keeping an eye on places like Times Square.
We want the public to know that the use of these technologies will be transparent, consistent, and always done in collaboration with the people that we serve.
The greatest consumer of quantum technology is Mother Nature. You go outside, you see photosynthesis, you see leaves, trees, agriculture, you see the variations of life on the earth. All of it as a benefit from the quantum theory. Nowhere do you see zeros and ones, zeros and ones, zeros and ones. This is a quantum process. Taking light, photons from the sun, combining it with carbon dioxide, and creating oxygen and sugars. This is why you can breathe. This is why humans can exist. We are benefits of a quantum process that is beyond the capabilities of our most advanced chemistry. In other words, we have to follow Mother Nature.
What if we could simulate every single particle in a drug, revolutionizing medicine and saving countless lives? Imagine you're solving a maze. A traditional computer tries every path one after the other, but a quantum computer? It can explore all paths at once. It's like having millions of well-coordinated copies of yourself working on the same problem. Hold on, because it's not just about speed. Quantum computers could simulate nature at the atomic level. This means we could discover new materials or even unlock the secrets of complex diseases. How will this technology reshape the fabric of our reality?
How do the Chinese do it? The Chinese do it not with electricity, not with electrons, but with light beams. Light beams are polarized, like when you take sunglasses.
For instance, an AI system initially created to play chess. Through ingenious reimagining, this same AI has now mastered chess, poker, and Go. With its ability to learn and adapt, this AI powerhouse has become an unrivaled gaming champion, leaving human competitors in the dust.
In front of your wife and kids because you are under arrest.
This is Robert Williams. 3 years ago, he was arrested on his driveway for a crime he hadn't committed.
They made a mistake, baby. It's okay.
The reason? Artificial intelligence mistook him for this man, who was suspected to have stolen thousands of dollars worth of watches.
Got processed.
Robert was released after 30 hours in custody.
They show up to your home and arrest you in your driveway before you can really even get out the car. And hug and kiss your wife or see your kids.
In a statement, the Detroit Police Department said it has strict rules for using facial recognition technology, and it sees any match only as a clue and not as proof that someone committed a crime. But at the time of Robert's arrest 3 years ago, studies showed that the technology was between 10 and 100 times more likely to misidentify black people than white people. This is because the technology is trained on predominantly white datasets. And that's not just an issue with facial recognition. This is an AI image generator. All I have to do is put in some words and it will generate an image for me based on the vast amount of data that it's been trained on. So if I prompt it to generate images of workers in a high-paid profession like a lawyer, all of the images I'm getting in this instance are of white people. Now, if I prompt it to generate images of workers in a low-paid profession like a fast food worker, all of the images I'm getting in this instance are of black people. But there could be a bias here, because actually, the majority of fast food workers, at least in America, are white.
Sunglasses have striations on them, let's say vertical striations, so that the only light that enters your eye vibrates up and down. Light that vibrates to the side does not enter your sunglass, and that's how sunglasses work. Well, that can be used to make a transistor, an optical transistor. And with an optical transistor, you can make a quantum computer. This is the Chinese quantum computer. It doesn't look like a chandelier. That's what the American version looks like. This is the Chinese version. What you see are mirrors. A mirror and a piece of glass can be a beam splitter. And what is a transistor? A transistor is a way, in some sense, to control the beams of electrons. Here, these are beams of light.
So this robot can not only get from point A to point B, but it can also correct its footsteps along the way and maintain balance.
Ghost Robotics recently partnered with Sword International to create a rifle-carrying, semi-autonomous robotic dog called Spur, or Special Purpose Unmanned Rifle System. Basically, they took a 6.5mm Creedmoor rifle from Sword and designed it for the Vision 60's back to create this crazy-looking sniper dog.
When qubits are entangled, the information in one instantaneously influences the other, no matter the distance apart. It's like magic, but it's real science.
A machine gun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is out of Russia, apparently, Erica. Look at this thing go.
Oh my goodness.
The dog looks the same as one made by Boston Dynamics, but it's apparently a knockoff robot dog. Somebody has had the bright idea to attach an AK-47 to it. The dog doesn't handle the recoil very well. It goes back on its robotic hind legs. One Twitter user chimed in, Erica, saying, quote, "I'm all for gun control, but if they start deploying robot dogs with assault rifles, we need to start arming ourselves." You got to start maybe getting your dog Luna to start packing heat or something now.
I don't know if she'd be able to go up against a robot dog. But this kind of reminds me, I mean, I don't know, there's a Netflix show called Black Mirror, and there was an entire episode dedicated to this person trying to outrun a robotic dog that was chasing. It's kind of a sort of dystopian technology story, right?
I love how Hollywood came up with an idea they thought was so far out it could never happen, and here we are.
Yeah, crazy.
Great.
The internet is in your contact lens, communicating with the quantum computer in the cloud. Who will buy these things? College students studying examinations will be among the first to buy internet contact lenses. Contact lenses will also identify people's identity. Just by looking at them, you'll know who they are, what language they speak. It'll translate these languages. Very useful. And these things actually already exist. One contact lens gives you a golf score, for example. Eventually, you'll download the entire internet on your contact lenses.
Then there is Handle, a robot concept that was designed for material handling and efficient warehousing. The research led to the creation of Stretch, a fully automated industrial robot that is currently used for efficient warehouse operations.
These lenses essentially grant you robot vision. While wearing these, you can record video, capture photos, and transmit footage, all this with just a blink of an eye.
What makes AI that next level above that?
Because it's now pretty much smarter than humans. And that's the dangerous part. There are no rules, no laws, no regulations that govern AI. It is a wild west. And who is leading it? It's the tech giants, and have the tech giants demonstrated to date that they are ethically driven and purposeful in their mission? No, they haven't.
What do you think the tech giants are aiming for here?
So the tech giants are aiming for profit.
Concern and resistance by some people in the beginning, but when you compare some of the things that have become acceptable in the human body that are electronically based, for instance, pacemakers, other implantable devices, as well as the intraocular lens technology, which for cataract surgery, replaces your entire crystalline lens. And the electronics that will be in the lenses are of such a small scale that we believe that there will be no issues with that, because it's fully encapsulated into the contact lens and then coded. The electronics are coded themselves inside the contact lens.
Now these you see right here, they just little puppies. They babies. You ain't see the mamas and the daddies yet. Them shit's gonna be big as cars with big boy shit on there. Big artillery. Shit that's gonna knock houses down.
But you will communicate using probably a digital access to a computer, quantum computer in the cloud. This interface could be in your wristwatch, it could be in your earrings, or it could be in your contact lens. This is internet contact lenses where you can access the internet by blinking.
This allows the driver to comfortably cruise over cars in traffic. This robot, built by Boston Dynamics, has athletic intelligence that can actually do parkour. It's 5 feet tall, weighs 86 kilos, is battery powered, and works on a hydraulic system. So how does Atlas run a parkour course? It was designed with 18 degrees of freedom of movement. And to help it navigate a parkour course, it uses RGB cameras with depth sensors.
This AI has allowed Atlas to become a self-learning robot, as mentioned earlier with the example of walking. Just like a human baby, Atlas's AI trained itself to walk, run, jump, avoid obstacles, and even help to make decisions based on its environment. With every failure and use case presented to it, the AI learns and tries to extract the most out of its mechanical body. So this robot represents a true synergy between mechanical parts and an AI-powered programmed brain.
These sensors feed data into a control system with 3 computers where basically perception is converted into action. So this robot can not only get from point A to point B, but it can also correct its footsteps along the way and maintain balance. By having Atlas run a parkour course, its engineers are able to identify problems and extend its capabilities.
Fox's Jonathan Seri takes a look at the program that uses AI to screen body camera footage and then analyzes whether an officer acted professionally or not.
Tyree Nichols, that's a failure to supervise officers. The command staff in Memphis would have the data that would alert them.
20 law enforcement agencies use the technology. The Oxford Police Department in Alabama has used it for 3 years.
We have to hold our officers accountable and making sure that they're providing a service to our citizens in a professional manner.
The Seattle Police Department recently ended a pilot project using the technology. The ACLU raised concerns about the AI platform's transparency and oversight, telling Fox News AI systems are no substitute for community review of officer behavior that is captured by body cameras.
Building the core capabilities that we think any useful robot will need. And in doing so, we're really defining the next set of challenges that we're going to be working on over the next 2 to 5 years.
Atlas's athletic abilities are impressive. For example, Atlas has had a few crashes while performing parkour stunts.
One more thing that's very, very different between AI and nuclear weapons, which is the fact that we've never created a nuclear weapon that can create nuclear weapons. The artificial intelligences that we're building are capable of creating other artificial intelligences. As a matter of fact, they're encouraged to create other artificial intelligences with the single objective, stated objective of make them smarter.
Step-Azar's team, we stepping up out of here. Tune in for part 3. Because man, this shit get way deeper than you think.
You said that people should
consider holding off having kids right now because of
Yes.
AI and other societal issues that are coming. You've said this is the thing that we should be thinking about, that AI poses a bigger threat than global warming. Why is it that you think AI poses such a significant existential risk to humanity?
Is not just in the amount of risk that AI positions ahead of humanity. It's not about the timing of the risk, and we should cover those 2 points very quickly, but it really is about a point of no return, where if we cross that point of no return, we have very, very little chance to bring the genie back into the bottle.
What is the point of no return?
The most important of which, of course, is the point of singularity. And singularity is a moment where you have an A.G.I that is much smarter than humans.